If I understand Math Girl correctly, that was our signal that we are live. Good evening, Randomania 2. My name is Woat, and joining me for the first time in the booth, we have Jay Ring, also known as John, which is what I'm going to call him the rest of the time.
Thank you, Woat. I appreciate the intro there.
Yeah, John is brought to us by the wonderful fact of being related to Cheesinator. So,
yeah, handsome older brother of said cheese. No,
there we go.
Shout out to the brother. Yeah, without him, I wouldn't be here in the Discord. So, great to be here, Will. Thank you.
Yeah. So we have a 0-1 and 1-1 matchup tonight. Guelph 35 versus Zerocool512. And it looks like we have a fighter, 2 red mage and black mage party versus fighter black belt, red mage, black mage. John, what do you make of this?
This is an interesting party put together. I would never have thought of doing anything like the Guelph's party in vanilla, but again, that's most of the base knowledge I have, but this is very interesting. I'm very curious to see what Zero will do with that fighter black belt at the top. So
if I had to
think about it.
If I had to take a guess, he is basically going with a 3-man party and is basically hedging his bets on which melee he needs. Basically, if he finds enough good gear for that fighter, he can dan the black belt early on, probably will dan the black belt early on, and roll with the fighter until he determines if he's got in-game gear on that fighter. And then he will flip to the black belt. Or he maybe plan to use the black belt and will just dan the fighter once he finds a good grind for the black belt. Basically, he is a lot of options with that, especially with the red mage, black mage. Which,
we're live. We're good. Yeah. We're going.
So, the red mage, the main reason that, Cure 4 and Fade, both red mage learnable. So, that's why you bring up, that's why Guelph is going with the double red mage strat. Red mage is basically a white mage that can take a punch and also do things other than heal. So, the reasoning there is, you use the red mage and you just count on getting the white magic you need. Red mage gets access to over half the white magic spells in the game, so the odds are good you'll get all of the white magic, and even if you don't, you'll get enough white magic to carry the game.
Herb on the item shop, 1,700 gold. Not bad.
And one of our 2 trackers for tonight, Caleb, is reminding us that one of our class blessings tonight, black mages do get that level 1 white magic, so Guelph, I think, gets the better end of the deal out the gate, having 3 Fade casters with a 4th after class change.
Oh, I like this item. Pick up a light axe. Nice for some early AoE.
And do not underestimate the light axe as a melee weapon. It definitely pales in comparison to, the weapons people usually like to have. But if you have a light axe in hand, is that a light axe -4?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's still comparable to, like, the high-end thief swords.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little worse than a high-end thief sword. Still better than anything you would be swinging in the vanilla game before Melmond, really. Unless you count the silver swords.
Opal +4 shield on in that top left chest. That's a nice item, but yeah, you're gonna have to hang on to it for a while, but
yeah, it's one of those.
You can sell it.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things I can see these runners both opting to shuffle that onto the black mage for the time being, just to keep it out of the way of characters who actually need armor. And then if they get that early class change, they have it available. Speaking of early things,
and very nice. You can stop right at the incentive location. Excellent for routing.
Yeah. So we do have the free canoe on in this flag set. The runners haven't opted to do anything too spicy tonight. This is basically the default spring tournament flags. So, all right, we got a rod. So, we're going to probably see both of them do the circuit around to provoke. Okay,
Mouse +4. Wow.
So, I think that black belt on Zerocool's side is, what's the phrase I'm looking for here? About to... Yeah, he's about to take a long nap. A very, very long nap.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that is going to basically, like Caleb over there in the chat said, this is a free seed as far as your melee offense goes. That Mazda +4 is going to just dice up everything.
And Zero just found it, and he knows what Sue's doing right there.
He's thinking he might. He's thinking about it. Because the thing is that Mazda +4, if you find another decent fighter weapon, you can shift that onto one of your other party members and have that option to just, go for double melee, because +4 Mazda, you can put that on a black mage and he'll still kill things. And that's a black mage swinging it. But, for now, both runners opting to keep it on the fighter. You were saying?
I was going to say Big G35 is right about there, runs into Mad Ponies, gets away, so we don't see if they have any dangerous scripts. He's in Provoca.
I mean, the nice thing about Mad Ponies is you don't have to care if they have a dangerous script. You see them maybe twice, and then you just avoid them forever.
Alright. Pirates are down in 3, 2, 1, and delicious. All that experience.
Alright.
Ruby.
Ooh. So, Sarda's on the table as soon as we find a ship. Because we already have the canal, and we do know where that herb is, so... So, here is the $100 question. Would you have sold that opal shield to go ahead and get that herb out of the item shop?
They didn't have to because both of them grabbed a significant chunk of money out of Temple of Fiends. I saw both of them able to buy before.
Would you have?
Oh, good question. I would have held on to it, but that is my personal. I like the +4. If it was +1 or 2, I would have sold it. But +4, I'll take it.
Ooh,
level
fast Ice 3 and Quad X at your level 2 Black Magic, and yeah, I don't think we saw anything in the White Magic that that was worth that was worth putting on those red mages. I'll double check our handy dandy tracker notes just to be sure.
I remember seeing Heal 2, about it, but, that's just, top off heals when you can, when you need it.
Yeah. So, I am a big fan of Quad X as also Harm 4, so I still think you take the Ice 3 over the Harm 4. Anything you would Harm 4, you can just fade.
Exactly.
So, and that Ice 3, it pulls its weight in Sea Shrine.
Then we have, and I'm going to, I hope I do not mess up how to pronounce his name. Is it Guelph or Guelph?
Guelph.
Guelph. He has made the play. He has made the free shot and runs into a very interesting pack. Definitely going to go after this. This is an experienced feast right here. Stun touch.
They have stun touch.
He gets the fade off. Orbs are down. He's going for the free, obviously the free crescent-like item.
Yeah.
Good experience. He's at 7. Zero's at 6.
Yeah, so they're probably going to maintain relative parity for the first portion of the seed. Zero still has that black belt up though, so probably probably thinking, if nothing else, he can keep the black belt up for a while. Life 2 is going to be Red Wizard learnable. That's very nice to see.
Yep.
It's a little high level, but...
Yeah, I saw Fire 3... Oh, we have Crystal. I saw Fire 3 on level 6 Black Magic. That was, I think, the only one of even minor note. Everything else was next to useless.
Yeah. So, let's see here. So, at this point, we've got a Crystal, we've got a Ruby, we do not have a boat. So, Guelph, yeah, is just going to keep the circuit going. We're going to head over to Elfland and turn in this herb. And then, if this doesn't turn into something that we can use to break out of the inner sea, you know, either the floater or the ship, I imagine we'll see a play into Marsh, followed by a trip up to Matoya.
Looks like Zero's black belt just took a nap. We'll see if he brings him back.
I will be surprised. Mm-hmm. This is a very strong 3-man party.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay.
So,
nice for routing.
What are your thoughts on Marsh Cave, John?
As a kid, when I first played the vanilla, I hated it. But, Opal +3 armor out of the Elfland Armory. Sorry, wanted to pause for that really nice item there. Marsh, without exit or warp, obviously a little...
Well,
there it is.
Well, I don't think that's a problem now.
Shall receive.
Let's see. Exit.
Marsh is the play. I would love to do Marsh right now because, boom, get in, check chest, get out.
Yeah. So, warp on your black mage, exit on your red mage, if you have them, and maybe throw a Quake onto that black mage as well. Zap, unfortunately, while nothing really resists that time element, is a little too weak in the accuracy department for me to think, that's worth grabbing. Nothing in white except maybe soft. I think A-Rub is out of the red mage's reach.
I like that.
And so our first 4 levels of magic, that's a pretty solid combination of spells.
Yeah, we're waiting for where are we going to get our ship? Where are we going to get our and/or our floater? But yeah, chat's calling us out. You know, good point by Nightmare. This is a really fast seed right now with the magic.
It's definitely fast with the magic. Like we're in a good position with the offense. But defensively speaking, we've already seen our gold bracelets. They are -3 this seed. Not terrible, but we don't have... I don't believe we've seen pro rings anywhere. And the ribbons are still scattered out in the world. So we can definitely kill things very quickly with our fades and that Maza. But we're also not exactly lighting the world on fire defensively at the moment.
No.
So, yeah, right now we have 3 places that either the ship can still be. Matoya, Marsh, and Ice. The ship has to be in one of those locations. The floater could also, however, be in the mix. And when I say in one of those 3 locations, we could also have a fetch quest start in one of these locations that leads to the ship. But we'll see.
I see that Guelph, before he dropped into Marsh, he had his Black Mage squinted, and he chose not to go back to bring him up. So he has the offense enough to hold on. But if you get out of this, do you bring him back later behind, or do you just let him go?
Well, Guelph hasn't circulated that Black Mage into the second slot yet, so I think he'll probably bring the Black Mage up the next time he's near a clinic. The nice thing about Black Mages is, as long as you get them enough levels to cast their spells, you don't need to worry too much about their experience levels. A level 20 Black Mage dies about as quickly as a level 30 Black Mage. And a level 20 Black Mage also dies about as quickly as a level 15 Black Mage. Like, you can afford to let the rest of the party that actually benefits from levels in terms of survivability get a little extra experience. But until he moves that Black Mage up into the second slot, I'm going to assume he's going to bring him back at some point.
So something from the top of Marsh, we had a vanilla, not a vanilla level ice shield, so very nice for these bones that have Scorch, which is just going to be that ship damage. It's going to come. And there's our ship.
Yeah. So that's going to make checking Matoya pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
The real question is Matoya going to give us... Well, yeah. Is Matoya going to give us progression, or...
more fetch?
So, okay. Actually, here is a routing decision. You go and check Matoya, which Guelph, hopefully remembers that his ship is going to be parked outside of Elfland. So you go, you check Matoya. You, at that point, could make the trek over to see Sarda. We already have a Ruby, so we can go check Sarda now. Or we can go to Ordeals. Or we can follow, if Matoya gives us a fetch quest, we can try and follow that. So which way do you go?
Right now, depending on what Matoya gives me, if it's fetch that I can route appropriately, I chase it. If not, I would actually go and hit I actually would go back and do Volcano, because with Exit you can go in there, you can start to dig for some good items, and then if you feel comfortable enough, you could probably go down there with this magic pool and the Mosmon +4 on the fighter. You could take down Carrie. Defensively, though, you did bring up a good point. Right now, they're not lighting the world on fire, so if she gets a couple of swings, then you could be toast.
Yeah. So Zerocool went to the trouble of checking these chests in Marsh and found an Iron Gull tile. That is huge. First of all, it tells us that we are on our B sides. But B, that is delicious. But yeah.
Out of this, I actually like this because you could route this over to the dwarves. You grab the 2 free chests, you get your adamant turn in, and you could route in the magic key, the key locked items. That's a lot of items a lot of free chests that you can pick up right now. And then hopefully by the time you have floater, you can drop back if you have to for TNT. But at the end of the day, this is a good idea to pick it up. Let's see if he goes that way. I would route it that way.
So, so just to kind of answer my own question, I personally would, probably do what you suggested, hit up dwarves, and then, for me, I would honestly probably head for Ordeals, if I'm in Guelph's shoes. I don't know about that Iron Gull tile in Marsh Cave, because what kind of maniac checks the locked chests in Marsh when you don't have to? I mean, this maniac, obviously, and it's paid off, but... So...
There's one light word drop, and that's 6,700 experience. That's delicious, but it's going to be a bit of time before he could 2-man that.
Yeah, as long as as Nightmare Phoenix is pointing out in chat, with Exit in hand, this is such a good play. Let's see here. And since we do have that everything is runnable flag on in this flag set, we do also, that is exactly that's not an item that Guelph necessarily wants right this minute, but he is not sad to get a tail.
He's skipping all those free chests. Interesting. Maybe he's just going for the speed now.
Yeah, so he's already got a Mazda +4. With that tail in hand, he knows that as soon as he has wings, he's got all the armor that he needs in terms of absorb for that knight. And that knight's who's taking all the hit, who he is wanting to take the lion's share of the punches anyway. So, he can very easily move around. Also, we have Pro Ring +2 for 5.6k. So, about 5,000 gold. Yeah, he's starting to get enough defensive material together where he doesn't need to necessarily check every box. And if he gets that TNT, he can route the treasury in then if he's still hurting for like a ribbon or an in-game weapon. Well, okay, never mind. He has the in-game weapon.
Absolutely. I was going to say that ribbon is something that I would be looking for, but you make a good point. He gets TNT, he can come back. Okay, we have another important item, Oxyale.
Alright, so at this point, incentive locations available. We've got Ice Cave. Neither runner is going to do Ice Cave right now. We've got Ordeals. They've got level 3 Warp, and in the case of Guelph, 3 people to cast it with. However, the on-rack waterfall play is technically on the table, especially for Zerocool. Because I don't know how far he is taking this grind, but that is a fighter already, I think, in his 20s.
Mm-hmm. That fighter is just one-shot the Iron Goal. The Black Belt has yet to.
Now, the Black Belt, if they're level 21, is just now getting into the murder range. So, alright. Zero wanting to keep that fighter up for Mazda strats. Yep. And that is out. So, Zerocool sitting on a level 22 party aside from that Black Mage who maybe comes back up? You've got Fade for dealing with groups, and you've got a level 22 fighter with a Mazda +4 and a Black Belt. This may just be a situation where you just go, you know what? I don't need this Black Mage. I'm just going to kill everyone.
I'm looking to see where we have Guelph is going. Looks like
Ordeals.
Ordeals, yep.
So here's what I like about Ordeals. If you don't have Zerocool's knowledge that there is an iron gold tile just sitting there in Marsh Cave, which I believe that's the wizard tile, so there's an even more easily accessible iron gold. No, I don't think that one's a wizard tile. Whatever. The point is, you know that there's an iron gold tile. Okay, it's the second wizard tile. Got it. Alright. So, either way, you've got that iron gold tile in your back pocket. You can go wherever you want, because if anything's too hard, you just dip back into Marsh Cave. It's a little bit of a walk down there, but that EXP per minute is fast. Mm-hmm. That being said, Guelph doesn't have that knowledge. I like the Ordeals play based on that. I generally consider if you've got a spell like Fade or Nuke or even like Fire 3 at your disposal, Ordeals is a play starting at about level 8. Maybe level 9. And you can easily get yourself up to 16 or 17 depending on how many fights you get into, what those fights are, and what the scaling is. Off of just taking every fight that you can in Ordeals. And so, I personally like doing Ordeals. That being said, Zerocool, with the world at his fingertips, may be making an ice cave play.
He's restocking on some magic. He hasn't brought that fighter back up.
I mean, that fighter's already getting 5 hits off of that Masa. You can bring that fighter up whenever you feel like it, and he will be contributing. Okay, so he's just picking up some spells. But honestly, if I were in Zerocool's shoes, I would give some thought to that ice cave play, because you checked a spike tile no one ever thinks to check. And it paid big time. You have to assume you have at least a good chance of having a level lead on your opponent. And with those levels, Ice Cave is not nearly that bad.
No. Guelph picks up the bottle out of Ordeals. Looks like he's taking some greed checks because here picks up a Procate -1. Nah.
Yeah.
So you have Ordeals out of the way, and you have your item. Oh.
Ice +1. I like it.
Not bad for your red mage. I'll take it any day.
Yeah. I mean, you could even shove that into your fighters. Oh!
+3. Oh.
So
doesn't have that now. Dragon +3, Flame +2. Wow.
Okay, so Zerocool playing these marginal checks, these kind of out of the way, almost borderline inefficient checks. It's paid off so far for him. He's found an excellent grind that he can pull out whenever he needs it. He now has a ribbon for his caster. He's gonna poke his head into Northwest just to see what the tiles are here, because we do have our B-side tiles on. And just as a quick summation for folks who don't know what that means, every encounter in the game, to save space, technically represents 2 distinct encounter groups, depending on the specific flags set in the map you're on. So they're referred to as the A side, the B side encounters. And we do find Gas D's. That is another excellent grind tile, and one Guelph is far more likely to find. But to finish up what I was saying, so the B side encounters are usually later game than the A side encounters. So what we have done with these flags is we have set a tri-state. Basically, the randomizer flips a coin when you roll the seed, and each seed has its own associated coin flip. On one side, you just have the vanilla spike tiles, these forced encounters, shuffled around. On the other side of the coin, you have all of the spike tile encounters replaced with B-side encounters. Any of the B-side encounters can wind up a spike tile. So
these gas dragons rolled around 215 hit points. So they're dropping reasonably quick.
Well, I like what Zerocool did. He moved that Masa +4 onto the red mage that he's keeping up. But yeah, so as is being pointed out in chat, 4 gas dragons. This encounter that Zerocool is grinding on right now broke EXP scaling when EXP scaling was first introduced into the randomizer, because it gives that much experience.
We have Guelph in the waterfall, so let's see what this leads to. And Zerocool continues his grind on the Gasties. Oh, that was a nice that was nice luck on those damage rolls. Take out the two Gasties that your Black Belt wasn't targeting, and then he takes out the rest. Nice one turn there. Just efficient.
Yeah. So.
Looks like he's going to save the levels. Is he going to go back in? Yes, he is.
So, Guelph doesn't know it yet, but he really needs the crown to pop up soon.
There.
Oh!
Wow.
Okay.
Very prescient, my friend.
Well, okay, because here's the thing. As soon as Guelph follows that crown to northwest, which I think he's highly likely to do, he doesn't really have the levels for a sea dive yet, even with the spells he has. Like, he might surprise me and go for sea, but I think we're more likely to see him head back to follow up on that crown. Because he knows there's only a handful of places that floater could still be. But that crown, if it gets him over to northwest, yeah, he thought about sea, and I think he realized C has just enough things that even if they have the quote-unquote friendly script that you might see in C is going to be punchy. And you don't want things in C punching you without better armor.
Oh, that was close. Odd Eyes had damage poison. That hurts.
Yeah, but he gets out of it.
Ooh.
So, anyway, he's going to follow this crown. Guelph is an experienced enough runner. He's going to check those two spike tiles in northwest. And he is also going to find this gas D tile. So, Zero is going to have a slight experience lead if Guelph follows this crown right away. But Guelph is going to have that minor exploration lead. And is going to have a much lower level ceiling he's looking for. He's going to be looking to take that fighter to probably his mid-20s. So, honestly, I think that when this is all said and done, when Zero has hit all the key item locations Guelph has, and Guelph has done his grinding, these two are going to wind up in about the same position. That I'm going to call that now.
Mm-hmm. So is Zero turning in his slab? Where does Zero go from here? He's close. Do you think he goes back to continue the grind, not stopping at 32? Or do you think he goes after his first orb?
I think he goes and turns in this ruby. Because bear in mind, he ground in Marsh and then went to Matoya and then went to... Actually, has he even been to Matoya yet? I feel like he did. Okay, thank you, Caleb. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I saw him go to Matoya. So... Okay, there's our floater. So, that also helps Guelph catch up. Because if Zero goes and does all these checks before... Well, he has to. He has to go get that crown. So, Zero's going to... The longer Zero puts off Waterfall, the better chance Guelph has to equalize the experience gap right now. So...
He just found it.
Yeah, he is going to kill the crap out of these gas dragons, but, like I said, he's probably looking to get that fighter high 20s, low 30s, at most. Because the nice thing about the fighter is... Oh! That is a chest Guelph didn't check. And that's huge.
I missed it. What did we get?
+5 defense sword.
Wow.
So...
Wow.
Yeah, no, so you're not even looking at the +5 there. You are looking at... That is infinite ruse casting on my swole black belt. So Guelph... very unlikely to go back and open those boxes. He might dip that maybe on the way to Topher. Or when he goes to do Earth. Because with the floater, with the airship, that's a relatively quick check. If you are still hurting for items, but... So, Zerocool... Alright. So while Zerocool is kind of hitting all these places we've already seen, because he's probably going to go do Ordeals, and then Waterfall, go back to turn that crown, yada yada yada. He might stop off to do Sea Shrine, because he can. But... yeah, no, chat arguing... Ooh, Zero going to Earth.
Mm-hmm. I saw him around in that corner. He has the levels to...
Yeah, he will plow through Earth in about... He resets. He may have just realized Earth's not incentivized. He can come back and... No, he's going to Earth. Okay.
He's saving at the juncture, so he's probably going to check to see...
There's no reason to. There is no reason to.
Yeah, between a Gasty and the... I mean...
No, just the
Gasty. You don't need anything else.
The Gasties are fragile. The three... Even if Third Eye Grind is sitting in the first tile of Hall of Giants, you've already found a better grind. You're not going to do better. Okay, he's just straight up going to go kill Lich, it looks like.
Okay. Yeah, you can pound Lich into Carpet Dust right now.
Yeah.
I guess proximity-wise, if he... Yeah, going, straight Buzzsaw to Lich, light your orb. I like it.
So, Guelph... I didn't see what level he got up to, but judging by the fighter, it looks like low 20s. Fair. So, he can go ahead, go collect his airship, go pretty much clear the rest of the game, and then come back to get his Topher levels if he still needs them. Actually, Caleb in chat pointing something out too. He does benefit from promoting, so he can go promote, get that knight, those good experience points, and go ahead and have those shots of fate available. You know, on the off chance we need it. But yeah, so he's gonna go turn the bottle, he's gonna pick up a little more experience, so... This is an interesting position, though, for Zerocool. Because he's gonna be able to do everything Guelph has already done way faster than Guelph did it.
Mm-hmm.
But Guelph is rapidly gaining exploration ground. Because he's got that airship. And he doesn't need as big a grind. Like, if Guelph had also brought a black belt, you know, maybe this wouldn't... this decision to go for the early Earth play out of Zerocool wouldn't be so... This is seeding time to Guelph, is what I'm trying to say here. This is something you can put off until the end of the game, and it changes nothing. There's no key items associated with Earth. There's no benefit to killing Lich early. You're just taking it off of the back of your head, so you don't have to remember to come back and do Earth last.
Let's see what LaFane gives us. White shirt. Zerocool coming up on Lich.
Yeah, so
that's down in a minute.
Okay, so that may work out for Guelph. Oh, no, I'm not alone in the booth. John's here with me, isn't that right, John?
I am here. What's going on there, Falconic? I am learning from a really good commentator. I do want to say my appreciation for Woad helping me with a lot of technical knowledge, especially of the flags and of the randomizer itself. So I'm taking notes, and I'm trying to contribute where I can.
Yeah, I've already told him he can interrupt me whenever he wants to. And he hasn't been shy about it, so... Or he better not be being shy about it, I shall be rather cross.
Here we have Guelph grabbing his promotions for good.
Yeah, so... He'll get those good magic charges on that night before it's all said and done, even if he's gotta go stab the Gash Dragons in the face with a fancy sword for a couple of minutes. But that white shirt does kind of, again, equalize the equipment. Because now, Guelph does have a source of evasion stacking. It's not as good as the defense sword, but considering Guelph has more party members alive, it may be better for him overall to be able to just layer evasion on everyone.
So here's the question. Guelph has not seen that ribbon +3. Well, just that ribbon that Zero has. He didn't check any chests in Cardia. What do you think of that? He has pro rings though, but he doesn't have ribbons. Not yet.
Guelph is going for speed and power. This is at this point if I had to take a guess, he is basically saying, I know where I can get all the experience I could possibly want. I have enough absorb on my knight to, walk through a brick wall, just about. And even my mages are sporting some pretty nice gear with those pro ring +2s, and even those gold rings, or even those gold bracelets. So if I had to judge, maybe he's thinking, I've got a Mazda +4, I've got Fade on all 4 of my casters. I can probably kill anything that might be a problem before it becomes one. Especially with 2 Life 2 casters. So, all that is to say, he's going to find the TNT eventually. And that TNT is either going to lead to something he needs, because we've already done the ruby, we've already done the tail. Any other key item is either going to lead to a key item he needs, or it's going to lead to Power Bonk.
Oh, we find eye grind in ordeals, but they have nuke. Ouch.
And that is where the other 2 grinds that Zerocool has already found come in handy.
Oh my gosh. Oh, 2 eyes pop up. Oh look, here's something decent. One whips out a nuke. Oh, nope. You hold up a nope sign, you just walk away.
So, Guelph, going to go ahead and finish off Volcano real quick. Just go ahead and check this orb off. Volcano, really fast. In this fog set, another dungeon I would consider putting off unless I was digging for equipment. Which Guelph is very clearly not. Because those lava tiles, as you know... Actually, why don't you tell the folks watching who may not know, what is special about those lava tiles, John?
So, this is something I actually just learned from Chi. is the fact that when you are walking in lava tiles, it does not advance the encounter step, the encounter rate step down. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly.
You're saying it right.
So I avoided them when I was in vanilla because, ouch, they cause damage, and I want to save my heal pots and my heal charges. But now in Randomizer, they are a huge blessing because when you're on lava tiles, you are not advancing your encounter, you're not taking any encounters. I think that's about it.
When did Guelph's entire party die?
He ran into some sort of ogre with some very angry spells, I think. Ogre.
Okay, I'm glad that even Caleb is sitting there just like, wait, what killed them?
Was it Squid? Was it Squid?
I don't know, but apparently... Okay.
Poison.
Damage poison, alright.
So, there's damage poison out on the Odd Eyes and on the Whistle. Rough. But he's got carry down, so he lights his first orb around the 43.5-minute mark.
Yeah, and he is heading straight into ice, so...
And we had Zerocool going towards C.
Yeah, no, there's no reason to put off this C check if you're in Zerocool's shoes. You've got a level 32 black belt, and the rest of your party is very well equipped. And most of them and they're all in their 20s except that black mage. And that's a plus 4 in this gauntlet.
I like that. It's just another item. Another thing to throw in the mix.
Yeah, no, it's a good piece of hand armor, but also that free lit 2 cast, that just is something else to speed along these fights.
We have a minor seafood party platter. Don't get to see what's in it. I always dread these because a couple runs ago I watched somebody run into what was it? Stone Touch Lobsters and I think it was Toxic Sea Snakes. It was rough.
Oh, hi RN Kilos. No one likes you. Please go away. There's our cube. So...
Is he going to... Okay, he's gonna get the 6th chest.
Yeah. I think he's wanting to peek this tile. Maybe? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm actually not sure why he skipped over some of the easy chests elsewhere, but is checking these chests here.
You get an Opal plus 4, Opal Gauntlet plus 4.
Yeah, so... At this point...
Wow.
Yeah, at this point...
He's turned himself into that brick wall.
Yeah, so... Alright, I think Guelph may be thinking about... You know, he skipped over all the chests and volcanoes. Just go ahead and get that cleared out. So he may at this point just be thinking, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and pop open some boxes here, just to be sure that, like, I'm not... Because I do need stuff. But in the meantime, Zerocool on Kraken Floor. So doing a route we've seen a lot of runners make use of in this flag set. Because C has that split, you see a lot of runners doing Kraken side first and opening all the boxes, because... have we actually talked about the random chest and the incentive dungeon flag yet?
We have not.
Okay. Do you want me to do it, or do you want the honors?
I could. So, if you're taking the random chest in a dungeon, obviously in C, it's not going to be that, that center mermaid chest. It could be anywhere. So what's nice about going left, towards Kraken is you check whatever you can, and you check everything that you can, and wow, Zerocool's red mage just got torched. Just one shot. You check everything you can. If you find a key item on your way down, you're out. If you don't, you can dive right back in, but you don't waste a trip. If you get the double, it's great. If you have to go back for right side, okay, well you have to go back for right side, which clearly Guelph is going for. He is getting that easy chest though, and that one I've seen come to bite people. So let's see where it is.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about those early chests is it's a quick pop in and out to check it.
Okay, Pro Ring +2, Zerocool.
Yeah, he's already filled up on those anyway. But yeah, so really, yeah, that was a great explanation. The only thing I would add is just for folks who this may be the first time you've watched the Randomizer, when we talk about incentive chests, what we're talking about is the locations in the vanilla game that normally have a key item. Like that center chest, normally has the slab. Today it has the TNT, one box to the left. But, anyway, in the Randomizer...
TNT. Sorry, I'm sorry, you go ahead and... I was gonna say, I'm hoping he goes and finds that one ribbon that we know of.
Yeah, I am too. And I think he will, because like I said, he knows that TNT either leads to his chime, or it leads to the power bonk. And both of those are things that he is not going to be sad to have. So, I suspect that we're going to see that TNT turn in, and given that he is now looking in boxes a little bit, he'll probably pop that treasury open because he's already got to make that walk down.
Mm-hmm. You're another 10 steps away. Please open that door, Guelph. Please open the door.
But to finish what I was saying, so what we've done in the Randomizer is we've said, okay, these boxes are important in the normal game, so we're going to call them incentive boxes. When you shuffle the key items all around, these are the chests that we're going to favor putting those key items in until we either run out of key items or we run out of boxes to put them in. And NPCs that give you key items also count as incentive locations. So, you basically have a bunch of places that were important in the vanilla game that hold important stuff in the Randomizer. For this tournament, what we have turned on is an additional option that John just explained, where where that incentive chest doesn't have to be the important box in the vanilla game. You just are saying this dungeon will have one important thing in it. Somewhere. Yeah, Caleb pointing out something else very nice for that knight. There's +3 dragon armor in there. Which is gonna, I believe, be the same defense bonus, because I think our opal armor is also +3. But...
+3 or +4.
Yeah. But what that means is we can put that dragon armor on the knight, throw that ribbon onto one of our red mages, and yeah, that Kraken just punched that knight for 12 hits, and I didn't see how much damage it did, but far less than 12 hits from Kraken 1 should do. By which I mean that fighter is still alive. And not even close to critical health.
And he's down.
Yeah. Alright, so both runners even on orbs. Both of them have cleared one fast dungeon and one fast-ish dungeon. So Zerocool, following this crown, is about to get that floater. And
what is eluding us right now is our chime.
Yeah, so Guelph is almost certainly going to go turn that TNT right now. Because if it's the chime, He's done. He doesn't have to do... Yeah, he doesn't have to open boxes in Sky.
We got a little hooray.
Oh, yeah, actually, Rafe makes an excellent point. Well, yeah, we can't get into Sky without the chime. This has to be the chime.
Yep, there we go. That is go mode. He has everything he needs.
You know I love you, Caleb. Yeah, so we might see Guelph kick a few boxes in Sky, knowing the power bonk is there. He will probably not dig for it, and that's a big if on whether or not he'll go for the power. He'll even look for the bonk. Caleb currently threatening to exile me from my commentary role and take over himself.
Oh dear.
He wouldn't do that, I'm too charming.
Well, I'd like to make an observation. You definitely have a voice for radio, my friend. I enjoy listening to your commentary, so this is a fun experience tonight. Thank you for jumping in with me.
Oh, no problem. You know what they say, flattery will get you everywhere.
Hey, you know what? I have to sit on like 8 to 10 Zoom calls a day for work, so I have to talk for a living, and this is fun to now enjoy a game that I've been playing for 30 years, and I'm hanging out with people that enjoy it too. So this is so much fun.
Alright, so Zerocool is gonna get that white shirt, so... Alright, let's kind of jump back to where these runners are positioned, relatively speaking. So, I think after this, Zerocool still needs to go dip into ice. We know that the cube isn't very far in, so he can just get the cube. He'll probably exit out, because he's pretty good on gear, so he doesn't have quite the incentive Guelph had to dig everything in ice. So, Zerocool, with that defense sword, has a slightly better defensive situation than Guelph. Offensively, he's got a fighter in the early to mid 20s, swinging that Masa. He's got a 32 plus black belt. Guelph. Okay, so what I'm getting at here is Guelph has, I'd say, about a 3 to 4 minute lead right now, all things considered. Because Zero's got to dip into ice, he's got to dip into volcano, and get what he needs out of there, the orb and the incentive, out of those two dungeons.
Agreed.
And that's going to take a couple of minutes, but I think the flip around from Zero's offense and defense, and he's got a really buff red mage too. Yeah, I'd say that Guelph's advantage right now is probably no more than 4 minutes. If anything goes wrong for him, Zero will catch up very easily. And, yeah, Topher can very easily make this a very close race. So...
well known as the Great Equalizer.
Hey, that's my line! Yeah, no, but,
So Zero's about to pick up his shine. Obviously, he still, as you mentioned, he still needs ice. Guelph is about to drop into Mirage. Looks like he's gonna check a few chests. Maybe hunt for a second ribbon.
he's looking for the bonk. He knows it's here, and we have haven't seen Timber, it's either at level 7 or level 8, which is not the worst thing considering the experience he's got, but finding that bonk means he doesn't have to worry about dipping. There it is. Okay. I will be shocked if Guelph opens another box. Aside from maybe the 4 greed chests up on Sky 3. Yeah, no, he's standing there thinking, do I even want to walk over and open that last chest? No. No, I don't. Yeah, he might open those 4 chests just north of the teleporter on Sky 3. They're not too far out of the way. It's quick, it's easy, you might find a ribbon. But those are the only 4 boxes I imagine he opens for the remainder of this seed.
So far we have Zerocool making his way down ice. Should be grabbing his cube within the next minute or two, depending on how friendly the encounters are, or I should say how frequent they are.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, we have some of those damage tiles that we talked about a little earlier on the way to that RN Kilo encounter.
I hate those things.
Yeah, RN Kilos are the worst enemy in this game. They hit like a truck, you can't kill them easily, and they give nothing.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Now both of them are in go mode. I think he's probably gonna go.
He's gonna. Okay, I thought he was going to go ahead and knock out Volcano, but he is going to go straight to Sky as well.
Okay. I can understand that because, as you mentioned earlier, fire, if you're not checking anything, that is a straight shot down 2-3 minutes.
If even. If you have a good encounter table, you can clear Volcano in like a minute and a half.
One difference here, Zero isn't checking anything, so he is going to miss that power bomb.
Yeah, no, so these runners have a very good mix of advantages right now. Guelph with the stronger offense in a lot of ways, but Zero with a strong offense of his own in a different way. Like, I don't know, this is going to kind of come down to what Topher serves up.
Guelph on the Bridge of Destiny. Let's see if we get any, No, I'm not going to say it.
Oh, we absolutely are going to say it. Get those blessed RNGs in chat, everyone. We want a war mech.
Oh. You know, one day I will be sitting in the racer chair, and I never want that to come back to me. Like, you commented, curse somebody, it's coming back to you. Karma.
See, I get away with it. I don't race. Also, apparently, Bless RNG doesn't exist anymore. I didn't know that. That's sad. Ah, well. That explains why I don't have War Mech. Whatever, get your prey emojis in chat then. There we go.
Bonk, fade, fast, and another lock too. I absorbed TMX. I was, 3 damage on him from the knight on Zerocool's side.
Yeah.
But Guelph is down. He has his 4 orbs lit, and he's off.
All right, so we're going to be getting into Temple of Fiends at about. If Guelph goes straight there by about a minute 3. So. We'll see how long it takes Zerocool. That 4-minute mark may be a little bit too dicey. so let's see here.
Hashtag Team Steak.
Yeah, Reese Wolf in chat saying that it feels like half a Topher dive. I don't even think it's half a Topher dive. I think Zerocool will be getting into Topher about the time Guelph drops Lich 1. And that's assuming that Guelph doesn't get good encounter luck. Yeah, so now... Yeah, so...
We'll take that metal slime.
Yeah, so I will say, I don't think that Zerocool lost that much time skipping the volcano to go do Sky first. Because he had to fly back this way to get to Temple of Fiends. This is... The fastest route, I believe, from Sky to Topher is to fly back this way. So, he basically is just picking up Volcano on his way down. On his way to Temple of Fiends. But, yeah, just going to go ahead and drop a host of Cure 4s halfway through Agama Floor. And then just go straight on to Carry. Yeah, one thing that is gonna probably help Guelph get ahead here in Topher is the fact that everything in this flag set is runnable, like we said. So he doesn't have to worry about unrunnable encounters in Temple of Fiends. Alright, Zerocool pulls Carry. I was hoping I was about to get to say Zerocool kills Carry, but alas. Alright, Carry's dead.
She's done.
Yeah. So... Lich 1 proven to be sturdy today. Survives a full round of attacks.
Yep. He's a little more than a punching bag. But he's dead after round 2. We're on to the fire floor.
Alright, Zerocool picking up some heal pots. Grabbing Fade and Cure 4 on the... Or actually, it's Cure 4 on that night.
I like that stop and then a pickup.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Castle Cure 4 never hurt.
Yeah, so Zerocool getting in about 2.5 minutes after Guelph, so... Alright. Yeah, so... So, this is basically down to... Can that 32 black belt make up 2 minutes?
Alright, Guelph is at carry 2. We got Fast on the Knight. We got a Fade out of the first Red Mage. Alright, Fast doesn't get off before the attack swings 203. Lock 2 goes out. Fade. Gotta Fast again, because you have that slow 2. Okay, he did the double Fast to make sure he got it off. And she's done.
Okay.
Knight hits 235. She's gone.
So, Cheese and Eddie, your brother, pointing out in chat that a 42 black belt would be in a much stronger position to catch up the 2-minute difference than a 32. The only reason I think that there's an outside chance... Guelph's offense right now consists mainly of magic with one guy swinging. Zerocool has 2 guys swinging. And the Fiends, at this point, all have ludicrous magic defense. If any of them roll beefy on HP, Guelph may get slowed down just a little bit by his casting heavy party. The other thing is, Guelph is being a little slow in his menus. Not like destructively slow, but slow enough to where if Zero's a little more decisive in his movements, which the fact that he's got 2 melees will let him be, I could see him catching up a little bit.
So Kraken 2 can always give you a little bit of a scare, but he throws out a Quad X, misses, obviously, on the Black Mage, and he gets 2-rounded. So Guelph is on Tiamat. He's going with a pretty set. Tiamat throws out a Quad X, misses, of course. Looking good so far. Haven't seen any scary skills or scary spells. Bullet 2 comes out. Mediocre damage across the board. A white shirt for some extra evasion. 9 hits, 513 from the Knight. Yeah, I'm seeing it too, Wout. There's some hesitation in the menuing, and every second counts.
Yeah, that's the thing, is... Because, yeah, Zero just hits A twice, and then, by that point, knows what he's going to do with his spells. I would be surprised if he picks that Black Mage back up, honestly.
10 hits, 441. Tia 2 is down, and...
Yeah, he is just moving that white shirt off of the Black Mage and calling it a day.
So personally, I've named this the pinch hallway because right before you get out of the air floor, I've had the unfortunate luck of running into a couple of packs of angry worms that just keep chasing me. Like, you get away and they get at your heels, and I had 3 straight, and it just slows you down. But we're about on Chaos. Let's see what we got.
Guelph pulls Chaos, puts that fighter in the very back to minimize the chance that Chaos will punch him the first 4 turns. Gets the fast out, and it's gonna go ahead and swing. I guess take a test shot, see how tanky this Chaos is, and if he needs to break out the power bonk. 8 hits, that looked like 170-something damage. He's gonna need to bonk a little bit.
Chaos 1 hit on the Red Mage for about 69 damage, so essentially a free turn.
Yeah, if this Chaos busts out Nuke, though, that's a little dicey for the rest of the party. 9 hits for 400, so...
1 hit, 131 on the second Red Mage, so you're absolutely right. This is a scary... Oh, we have Tornado on Tia, so luckily didn't do too much damage on Zeros, and there we are.
Ooh, okay, so that Nuclear takes out the second Red Mage, who I think had the white shirt, so Guelph is not gonna have much more in the way of,
And it's done.
Yeah, that is a dead Chaos, with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 52 seconds.
Break out your GGs.
Yeah.
A little scary with that nuke at the end, but pulls out a nice hit off that Knight. Zerocool drops Tia at 111.15, so I think he's only about maybe 1 minute behind.
Yeah,
this is a really good race.
Yeah.
Very close.
So, we'll see if we can get Guelph in here, and whenever Zero finishes up, we'll drag him up as well.
So we had a white shirt go out, we had a punch go out, and a swing go out. White shirt, second round goes out. Swing, 2 hits, 24 damage. 6 hit, 529. Nice crit from that master. Oh, Chaos is punching really weak punches so far. Oh, he gets the fast on the master. 5 hits, 271. Chaos fast himself. Red Mage fast the Knight after the swing. 10 hits, 360. Ineffective rub. 10 hits, 436. Get your GGs out for Zerocool. 112.33. Did I get that right? Yeah, that was fantastic. Under 2 minutes separation, two very good runners.
All right,
I
I'm gonna
was a
try
little
and
late
get.
on mine.
Yeah, I think Guelph. I just realized Guelph may not have known that we were on the Discord today. So there he is. All right. Hey, Caleb, could you drag him up here for me? Thank
There we
you.
are.
All right. Well, Zerocool, GG. That was an awesome race, y'all.
Congrats. That was a very good race. Agreed.
Thank you.
So, do y'all want to know what the first... I'll put it this way. Zerocool, do you want to guess what the first real point of divergence was for you two?
Yeah, sure.
Go on. Guess.
Marsh play?
Yeah. So, Guelph, Zerocool opted to check more chests after finding was it the ship in Marsh? I think it was the ship in Marsh.
That was the
It was the ship.
Yeah. And in the bottom right locked room was the Iron Golem encounter.
Oh. That would have been easy with triple fade.
Yeah. So then Zerocool walked straight up to northwest and found the gas D's. So you basically found the crown about the time Zerocool finished getting his black belt to level 32.
Okay.
So that was where a lot of the divergence came in, and so trying to think of where to start asking the questions. I guess I'll start with party choice. So, was there anything in the blessings that kind of pushed y'all toward one or the other party, or was it, kind of you were going in planning to use the parties you used, and didn't really pay much attention to the blessings aside from where they could let you do things like cast Fade with a Black Mage?
I think I liked the fighter boost better than the black belt boost this time. That was my main decision point.
Alright. Zerocool, what about you?
No, this time I actually planned on taking this party regardless because I wanted to make sure if it was going to be a good fighter-only seed or if it was going to be a black belt seed or what.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were figuring your reasoning there was that let you pivot, and as it turned out, it let you basically have the best of both worlds, with that fighter there to get hit and that black belt there to do the hitting. So you two basically found that Masa +4 at about the same time, obviously. So how did you feel when that popped out in the Canaria Treasury? 2 minutes into the seed.
Well, considering in my first race I got Massa in Temple of Fiends, I felt it was kind of late to be getting the Massa, but I was good to get it. I was happy to get it anyway.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking like, well, this will make for an easy black belt red mage grind session.
Okay, actually that does... I don't know why that reminded me of this, but Zerocool. Alright, so you've done all your grinding, you follow all the inner sea fetch quests, and you eventually arrive at... You've got a ruby, you got a boat, and you've got no clue where your floater is. Why do you head to Earth Cave after you check Sarda?
Well, considering I had my grind was done, I was already over there. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and slap this fiend out of the way and just be done with the area.
Okay, so it was basically a let's take a couple of cards off the top of the mental stack so I can focus in on the stuff I still need to do.
Yeah, my goal was at that point was I was going to start trying to take out orbs on the way to hopefully find the rest of my items.
Alright. So, Guelph, pivoting to you. So, you make your starter check, you get back to your boat. Was there anything in particular that pushed you toward ordeals over the other... over, say, Ice Cave? Aside, was it a proximity thing, or was it a, you felt more comfortable dealing with ordeals than you did Ice Cave? Kind of, what were you thinking?
Well, since I had the boat, and ordeals from a boat is a pretty quick check, I decided to go there first, with thoughts of possibly doing waterfall shortly thereafter if ordeals didn't give me anything that may have also led to floater. Like if it gave me the chime, I probably would have headed over to waterfall and tried to clear that earlier than I actually did.
Yeah, makes sense. So, let's.
Oh, speaking of ordeals, did y'all see those eyes? The 3-eye grind?
We did see what the eyes had. I don't know, Guelph. I don't think you checked that.
I didn't check that trap tile.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm about 50-50 for checking it, and this time I didn't.
Yeah, since you had to deal with it, do you want to do the honors, Zero?
Well, I thought I was going to be like, hey, a 3-eye grind. This was going to be cool until they spat nuke at me.
Yeah.
I was the commentator that saw that it groaned the loudest. I'm glad you were able to get away from that Zero, but that was a painful moment.
Well, fortunately, I had already done my grind, so I wasn't hurting that bad.
Alright, so, okay. Speaking of things that happen after the grind. Well, so you get to the Cardia Islands. You haven't really seen too much in the way of, like, ribbons or defenses or anything. Was your decision to not check any of the chests purely a matter of, I have to go a little bit out of my way to look in any of these holes? I will see plenty of chests as I'm walking around the dungeons.
Mostly, I felt I still had a few places to check. I had at least, gold bracelets and pro rings on everyone. I had, good knight armor. I was glad to find the dragon armor at the very end. Just felt I could save the couple of minutes, and looks like it's a good thing I did.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, no, you basically, like, this race could have swung either way so easily, just because, like, so Zerocool found the defense sword in the Titan's Trove. Like, he did a couple of out-of-the-way checks like that, and almost all of them turned up something that you didn't see. About the only thing you saw that Zerocool didn't was that power bonk.
Yeah, and I was going to check, that floor and maybe the greed chests in Sky, but I didn't want to spend a lot of time looking for the power bonk, but I wanted to have it just in case, because I knew it was in there.
Yeah, I knew it was in there too. I just didn't want to spend time looking for it.
Yeah, I figured first.
Yeah, it was on Mirage 1, so... Yeah, so... Alright, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, okay. Zero, speaking of Mirage, so... There was a little consternation in chat when you went straight from, I believe it was... Where were you right before Ordeal? Right before Sky? Did you ice right before Sky?
Yes, I did ice before Sky.
Yeah, so you go straight from ice to Sky, and then then go back to Volcano. Was that basically I know I'm going to fly past Volcano on my way to Temple of Fiends anyway, so I'll hit the farther one first and then hit the other one on the way back?
Yeah, that was pretty much it. I knew I was going to be able to just do the straight run through Volcano either way. I just wanted to get Sky done because it's the harder one. I mean, Carrie wasn't going to be anything.
Yeah, makes sense. Alright, I think that's pretty much everything I can think of. John, did you have any questions for either runner?
Not in particular. Again, a lot of note taking, a lot of observation. I just want to congratulate both of you on a very good run. As Wout says, the margin of difference between the two of you was so small. I mean, I'm looking here at a minute and a half. You both ran a great race, and again, it just came down to a few extra things here and there. I don't have anything major to ask of you. Well, you covered everything that I had. I just covered it much better than I could.
We'll get there. Alright, then. I think we're due for some final thoughts then. Zerocool, why don't we start with you?
Well, final thought on this, don't take those fights in Topher if you're pretty much ready. I was wanting to get my fighter up to 26. So that's why I was taking them, but it ended up costing me too much time.
Yeah. Well, what about you?
I'm just glad to not get shut out from the pod round. If one win isn't automatically in the bracket, it's at least gets me a chance. So let's keep playing.
Oh yeah, and of course GG's. Congratulations on that too.
Yes, and thank you to the broadcasting crew and everyone who's making this show work.
Yeah, and Guelph, I believe that that the deciding match of your pod, the Agama pod, is going to be on the 21st over on the Speed Gaming Network. Is that right?
Wednesday, yeah.
All right, then. Folks who are watching this live, keep that in mind. If you want to see kind of how things are shaking out from here, that's the show to watch. So, John, what about you? This is your first time doing commentary. Do you have any final thoughts on the matter?
It is my second time doing commentary.
Okay.
What I would actually like to say, though, is thank you to you for joining me in the booth tonight, and thank you to our restreamer, Matt Burrow, to our dual trackers, to Caleb and Nightmare Phoenix, and a little bit of newness in the booth. Nightmare getting some first tracking, me getting some more commentating experience. This has been a lot of fun, getting into the Discord, getting into the tournament to help with the race crew. So also thank you to Randomania for having us here tonight. And as Will says, there are a lot of good ones coming up. Will calls out, it is Guelph versus J-Man on 421 to decide what it looks like for the rest of this pod. We have a lot of good runs coming up the next few days, so keep your eyes peeled. Drop into our Discord, join the crew. Coming from a brand new Discord member, this is a fantastic community to be a part of, and they welcome me with open arms, and please come and join us. It's a whole lot of fun. And yeah, that's what I have for you tonight, Will.
All right, you pretty much cover all the ground I'd normally cover. So, that's pretty much gonna do it. Like, just to echo what John said, if any of this looked fun, the racing, the talking, the getting to click little buttons and make things light up, then come in here and come hang out. We always have room for more. And even if you're not watching this live, if you're watching this on VOD later, quite a few of our very, very prominent members of our community did never watch live. They came in through the VODs, and that's fine too. You don't have to watch live. You don't even have to watch a race. You can just hang out and talk about this dumb game. But either way, don't forget to follow the runners. Don't forget to follow these two people who've gotten their feet wet. Don't bother with the idiot in the booth who's been here forever, or the other idiot in the booth who was on the tracker. We're fine.
Hey.
Oh, wow. I was just about to say.
Caleb knows I love him. But, yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching this on YouTube, though, don't forget to just maybe slip a little like, a comment, and a subscribe down there. But other than that, I think that'll do it for us. So, MG, our researcher, do us a favor, take us home. By which I mean, you let's call it a night. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Yep, bye. Don't forget to duck Derby soon. Whack, whack.